This is an article by Sharon Carnes about dealing with grief. I thought, especially after this year, it'd be some good thing to share. Thought it'd be a good article for those dealing with grief. I'm dealing with a lot of pain, especially if we lost somebody this year or a business or something. Before I start anything, if any of you have been dealing with the loss of a loved one or any other heavy things, and if you find yourself watching an old movie that makes you smile or having a Christmas cookie, it's okay. Processing grief is hard work, and some people feel like they're betraying the one that they lost if they start enjoying themselves. You're not. You're just resting a little. It's okay to enjoy the festivities a little, have a little fun, then go back to the hard work of processing grief. If your loved one was here, they'd want you to be happy, so feel free to enjoy yourself a little. Bye. Job's story tells us he lost virtually everything he had. His possessions, his children, his health. His initial response was to rise up in shock, tear his clothes, which was a sign of grieving back then, and shave his head. As time went on, he went through the process of searching for answers for why this was happening to him, then sinking into despair when he did not find those answers. Job's wife was also going through grief. She spoke out of her pain and hurt. Job's friends initially came to comfort him, but when he did not get over his grief quickly enough or admit to any wrongdoing, they added to the pain with their words. Job began to believe God had turned away from him. No matter how anyone else responds to the terrible losses Job experienced, Job resolved to praise God. Nowhere does the book of Job say that Job denied his pain and suffering. Quite the opposite is true. He described his suffering verse after verse. Throughout the suffering, he had to choose to praise God, even when he did not understand what God had allowed to happen and did not feel God's presence. At this, Job got up, tore his robes, and shaved his head. Then he fell to the ground in worship and said, "Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I will depart. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. May the name of the Lord be praised." Job 1:20-21.